If you are watching this video, I want to believe that you're already aware of the issue currently going on with Makengel and Igwe. I discovered that Igwe mentioned that I was supposed to interview him, but unfortunately, after meeting with Makengel, I changed my mind. I understand how such statements will trigger a lot of people, especially those of you who believe in me, because I know a lot of people look up to me and a lot of people love and respect me. I think I owe it to you to explain what really happened.
Lucky called me that he wants to come and interview me.
I was the one that reached out to Igwe. I told him, I saw the short video you made that you wanted to talk about what really happened between you and Makengel. Would you like to share the story on my platform? Igwe said yes. I said, okay, where are you right now? He said he's in Port Harcourt. I said, oh, I'm in Abuja and I just left Port Harcourt. How are we going to meet? Although I have a flight that I already booked to Enugu, I was still going to go to Enugu and I knew I was going to see Denilson.
Immediately, Mark flew to Abuja, and because Lucky based in Abuja.
Coincidentally, I don't know how it happened, though, but Makengel came to Abuja, and then I reached out to him. I told him that I'm going to be interviewing Igwe, that he has something to say about what really happened between the both of you. Would you like to share your own side of the story? Then Makengel explained to me that this is not the first time that Dennis have attempted to make an interview about what happened between the both of them. That at some point the case even went to the police station. He explained a lot of things to me anyway. So I then reached out to Dennis again. I told him that, oh, I was with Marco and this is all Mark had to say. And Dennis started saying that, oh my goodness, he's very sure that his story will not be told again.
After the meeting, Lucky told me that I should just relax. That this is not something. After they had that meeting, I should just relax. This is not something I should just come up and talk. That Mark will say to me.
That I told him that, bro, I am still interested to interview you, but I've listened to both parties. Is it possible that we see how we can have a meeting together? I mean the both of you, instead of you telling me your own side of the story, Makengel telling me his own side of the story. As at this point, I'd already flown to Enugu. I had invited all the people I was going to tell their story, Emmanuel Day and other people. I'd already even asked my PA. I flew down with my PA to book a hotel reservation for Igwe. Dennis said he didn't have transport. I sent him money. So he was even on his way and he was even very happy. Then I called Makengel. I told him that, is it possible for him to be present, because I would like him to be part of this conversation. He said he couldn't get any flights to Enugu, that he's on his way to Port Harcourt. Then I told him that, please let us see how we can have a meeting about this instead of just rushing to social media to talk about it. He said he wasn't interested. I should continue with whatever it is I want to do with Dennis. I told him that it is, and then I called Dennis. I said, Dennis, this is what Mark is saying. You within yourself, do you have interest to settle with Mark? Let's see if this issue can be handled behind the scene. Dennis told me he doesn't mind. He's willing to settle. I called Mark. It took me 3 hours on the phone to convince Mark. Mark finally agreed that the meeting was going to be in Port Harcourt. I didn't even know at this point I was even fooling myself. We drove to a quiet place to have the meeting. Then Igwe came with his sister and his manager, while Makengel came with another content creator. I've forgotten the guy name though, but he's a comedian as well. Then me, I came with my PA. We all sat down together. Then I was the one that started the conversation. I thanked everybody for coming. Then I told them that, okay, I was the one that reached out to Dennis. Dennis said he had a lot of things to say about him, that you, Makengel, you cheated him. Okay, this thing, I said it in their presence. If anything I'm saying here is a lie, Dennis is alive, he can make a video to counter what I'm saying. Then I said, okay, let us address all these issues. Okay, so Dennis, can you tell Makengel what you told me? Dennis said the same thing. Most of the things he said in that podcast, he said them. Then I told Mackenzie, I said I could interview this guy and it will draw sympathy and all of those things. But at the end of the day, the reason for the interview is that he needs to be compensated. So I believe that we can have this compensation in this meeting. Okay, Mackenzie then told his own side of the story. I don't even want to talk about it, because if I dare mention all the things Mackenzie said, it will be as if I'm siding Mackenzie. Okay, so I hope that maybe Mackenzie also come out to say his own side of the story, and maybe people that are bigger than me would see how they can settle this issue, because me, I tried my best in my own capacity. I wish I had recorded what happened that night. So it was a very long conversation that the meeting was for like almost 3 to 4 hours. Then what happened again? At the end of the day, they had quarreled. They even quarreled in that very meeting. But right now, let's forget what has happened in the past. Can we settle this issue? Dennis is not living well. What can we do for this young man? So then the thing that Mackenzie told me, that he's willing to do anything for Dennis, but he cannot let Dennis come back as a shareholder of Mackenzie Comedy, because he has taken the brand really far already. You understand me? Then I say, Dennis, do you have a problem with that? Then Dennis, I don't know, I can't even remember what Dennis said, but okay, they gave him a blank check. What do you want? Then Dennis said that right now his rent have expired and he doesn't even have where he's staying, that he's living with his sister. Then I even asked the sister, can you confirm that what Dennis is saying is true? The sister said yes. And I said, this does not sound good at all. But then I asked him, how much is your rent? He mentioned the amount.
Mark, so we had a meeting. Mark gave me 500,000 that I should stop disturbing him.
And I was angry. I was like, bro, I did not call this meeting, spend money for flight, hotel, and so many things just for you to come here to say that what you need is money for rent. Come on. For God's sake, you have 2 kids. You are a grown-up man, for God's sake. You need help that is even beyond that. You can't come here to be talking about rent. You understand? Even his manager also said the same thing, that they were not happy that he is mentioning rent. And there were so many other things in it.